Continuing the quest to expand the Mugiwara crew, as well as the world of One Piece, is Syrup Village. The third arc of the series comes in at 19 chapters, or 20, as this arc contains a one-chapter long story held at another island before actually delving into the adventure in Syrup Village. Hello my Nakamotachi, this is Joy Girl, continuing the journey of reviewing One Piece arcs, today with a review of the third arc, Syrup Village. Preluding the crew's arrival at Syrup Village is a short one-chapter story titled Strange Creatures. In the manga, the chapter takes place immediately after Orange Town, and Nami is dismayed by Luffy and Zoro's lack of knowledge about the seas, and just as she chastises the duo for their reckless unpreparedness, Luffy, being Luffy, pays no heed and keenly chases what seems to be an uninhabited island. When they arrive, Zoro is fast asleep, and so only Luffy and the temporarily allied Nami venture onto this thick forest island, coming across strange creatures in the form of mixed animal species, as well as a man stuck in a treasure chest. This is Gaimon, a former pirate who, after falling from a cliff where he found 5 treasure boxes, became trapped in a treasure chest and marooned on the island when his crewmates left without him. Despite being only one chapter long and seemingly unrelated to the rest of the series, this story is actually very important and does a lot to situate readers further into the world of One Piece. For one, it is in this chapter that the geography of the world, consisting of 2 oceans, and the intersection of the Grand Line and the Red Line, creating the 4 blues, is explained. The chapter also continues the theme of treasure, which is fitting as Oda focuses on Nami as the new addition to the series, leaving Zoro asleep at shore. For the past 20 years prior to the Straw Hats' arrival on the mysterious island, Gaimon has been protecting the treasure atop the cliff, not knowing what the chests actually contain, introducing a new theme of hope to the series as well. When it is revealed that the treasure chests are empty, rather than profound disappointment, Gaimon is content with the treasure that he has gained over the years, now being the protector of the rare animals. The island is now his treasure. This one chapter serves as a subtle metaphor for the One Piece, an unknown treasure that Luffy is determined to obtain, braving what Gaimon explains to be the horror that is the Grand Line. And we get a greater look into Luffy's character as a pure individual willing to help others when he chooses to help Gaimon but then refuses to destroy his dreams by presenting the empty treasure chests. Whilst Luffy invites Gaimon to join his crew, the former pirate declines, choosing to enjoy his island instead, and now encourages the Straw Hat captain to build a great crew and conquer the world. It is a superb single chapter through which Oda further builds the reader's knowledge of the world, adding new details as well as the bizarre creatures and the type of characters we are to meet as we continue the journey. Which takes us to Syrup Village, where the crew has docked to find a new ship suitable for the likes of the Grand Line, and for Luffy, for the more important task of acquiring meat. Here, they meet Usop, or Captain Usop as he introduces himself, a local village boy who spends his time leading the Usop pirates, comprised of 3 loyal village children, and pranking villagers with a daily false warning that pirates have come to attack. Despite his lies, Usop is well-meaning as revealed through his relationship with Kaya, a wealthy but bedridden friend who Usop regularly visits to tell her tales of his grand adventures at sea in order to cheer her up. Their friendship is however opposed by Kaya's guardian and butler Klahadore, who disapproves of Usop and his antics, which culminates in Usop furiously punching the butler who insulted Usop and his lineage for being the son of a pirate, revealing Usop to be the son of Usop, the sniper from Shanks' crew whom we met back in Romance Dawn, providing a nice link for the readers, and an instant connection for Luffy, who befriends the village liar. However, the greater liar in this arc is soon revealed to be Klahadore, or rather Kuro, which was his real name as the former captain of the Black Cat Pirates who has been living in Syrup Village for the past 3 years, serving as Kaya's butler, undercover to gain the trust and respect of the village, in order to carry out a long ruse to legitimately inherit Kaya's wealth, seeking to leave behind his life of piracy, due to being tired of living like a fugitive. And Kuro, or Klahadore, is a really interesting character. His motive of wanting to retire from piracy and being unable to cope with the Marines is unique and serves as a contrast to pure pirates like Luffy, who considers this to be a part of the adventure. The former captain is also the smartest enemy we have seen so far, using well-crafted plans rather than mere strength and powers to achieve his feats, giving him the epithet Kuro of 100 Plans. In fact, Oda in an SBS revealed Kuro to be the second smartest person in the East Blue. And this actually results in his downfall, however, as due to his intellect, he is very proud and overconfident, often looking down on other pirates whom he considers dumb. His outraged disbelief as he is defeated by Luffy is a poignantly pitiful moment as he realizes his clever, long-drawn-out plan has been foiled, and by mere pirates whom he considered inferior at that. But in reality, it is his own hubris that resulted in his defeat, as he underestimated both Usop and Luffy, choosing not to deal with them once they discovered his identity, and even unnecessarily attacking and revealing his plans to the other butler Mary, out of arrogance that his plans could never fail. Nevertheless, his extremely cold and ruthless nature, both towards his enemies, but also to his own crew, makes him a very interesting villain. He was quite a frightening character, who was also physically adept, wielding impressive katana cat claws on his fingers and harnessing an ability to silently move at superhuman speeds, suggesting strength and agility. Moreover, the scene when he unleashed his ultimate attack, out of the bag, which entails him indiscriminately attacking anything in the vicinity, as he himself is unable to see his targets due to moving so fast, which resulted in the slashing of his own crew, affirmed his disregard for others, which made him the most chilling villain in the series by that point. And such physical prowess and unique fighting style as a non-Devil Fruit user is very impressive. In fact, Syrup Village introduced us to lots of unique non-Devil Fruit related powers and fighters, such as Django, Kuro's second in charge who actually became captain during Kuro's absence. Django's use of hypnosis provided a refreshingly interesting ability, as well as being effectively used for comedic relief, as he himself would constantly hypnotize himself, as well as other unwitting bystanders who were not the actual targets of the hypnosis, namely our beloved airheaded Captain Luffy. And Django's design was also the first time I recognized Oda's impressive ability to draw caricatures, as Django seems to be designed like Steven Tyler, lead singer of rock band Aerosmith, whilst his trait of walking backwards is a reference to Michael Jackson's moonwalk, adding a funky personality and presence to the character. The arc opened my eyes to the level of depth in Oda's work as he takes inspiration from real life to create well-rounded characters and stories. Speaking of which, the inspiration for Usop, the new Straw Hat Nakama, is obviously drawn from the well-known stories of Pinocchio and the Boy Who Cried Wolf, driving home to readers of the themes of lies and betrayal present in this arc. Like the Aesop fable, the villagers don't believe Usop, who tries to warn them of the impending attack. However, unlike the fable, the village remains safe from harm when, like Pinocchio, Usop steps up to the mission of being brave, trustworthy, and unselfish, risking his life to save Kaya and the village despite being rejected and shunned by them earlier. It is this brave determination that impresses Luffy and the Straw Hats to join his cause and fight against the Black Cat pirates. And so, alongside lies and betrayal, the recurring theme of determination and will is evident in this arc. Despite being a relatively weak individual, Usop displays courage when it's most needed, a character trait that we will grow to love him for in arcs to come. He is also unlike Luffy in that he holds immense pride in being a pirate, holding no ill will and looking up to his pirate father who left him and his mother who fell ill and subsequently died, which is revealed to be the reason why Usop makes up such tall tales in the first place, initially lying that he saw pirates at the shore to cheer up his sick mother with the idea that Usop has returned. a lie which he continued to sprout to serve as hope for himself, having lost both his parents at such a young age. And despite the village people's seeming annoyance at Usop, it becomes heartwarmingly clear that he is actually a much cherished figure in the village whose antics are secretly loved. Whilst Usop may not be the cool character that immediately draws attention, he gained my affection as we delved further into the layers of his character and became a relatable character as he is contrasted to the monstrous strength of Luffy and Zoro, and yet able to maintain his dignity through his own way of fighting, using tricks and nifty devices. And indeed, this is something that can be said about the arc in general. Syrup Village is not the strongest arc, and to be honest, in previous encounters I had actually considered it to drag. However, upon rereading and actually with the intent to appreciate the arc for what it is, I actually found myself enjoying it as opposed to thinking of it as something I had to get through to get to the more exciting arcs. Something that I was pleasantly surprised with is the level of comedy in this arc. I found myself often laughing due to the Straw Hats' interactions, particularly between Zoro and Nami, such as when Nami uses Zoro to get herself out of a slippery situation, and our skilled swordsman's terrible sense of direction. We get more character development for Nami as well, who risks herself to help out her friends, though she claims she is more interested in the treasure. Like I mentioned before, the sinister Kuro, who had no care for his crew nor the adventures of the sea, served as a truly engaging villain who was perfectly contrasted to Luffy, with the Straw Hat captain actually declaring during the battle that he will never become a pirate like Kuro. And Oda did a brilliant job of portraying the dual personality of the butler/pirate, such as through the habit of Klahadore using his palms to slide up his glasses, which was later revealed to be a habit back from when he was Kuro the pirate, having to use his palms to avoid scratching his own face with his cat claws, the continuation of which even as Klahadore, symbolizing his true villainous nature, which he could never expunge. I mean, what a hint. The level of detail that Oda put in his work even this early on in the series is amazing. Even the side characters, such as the 3 young village boys, are so endearing to follow as they too dedicate themselves to fight against full-grown, vicious pirates, which is nothing short of heroic. And of course, alongside Usop, we gain the Going Merry as a new addition to the Straw Hat crew in this arc, and with their first ship, the Sweet Caravel, it really felt like the Mugiwara were truly becoming a pirate crew and they forced to be reckoned with. Oda delivers a deep story which takes us through a range of emotions in Syrup Village. The arc is a tale about lies, deceit and betrayal, and all the while a simple story about a boy who has to come into his own to step up and become a brave warrior of the seas. A dream which he doesn't quite express as such until later in the series, but one that he commits to in order to protect those he cares about, packing in plenty of heart and laughter on the way. It is surprisingly a wild and enjoyable ride, if you let yourself be swept along the journey. And ending with 2 new very important additions to the crew, leaving readers very excited for future adventures to come. This is Joy Girl, and I'll see you again soon.